Good Monday morning, everyone. This is Mitch. Hope you guys are having a great start to your work week and day. It is Monday. For a lot of people, sometimes that means doom and gloom, but it's Monday. It's another day to be alive. It's another blessing. So try to have that positive mindset today. So we're going to give you the weather forecast for specifically for today, but this week is going to be a much more active weather week. Really for the work week. There's going to be a couple systems to talk about, so we're really going to start to merge content together. Each morning I'm going to continue to give you a daily forecast, but it's going to be pretty much really short and sweet, and we're going to start to break down this system towards the end of the week. And there's a smaller system towards the middle part of the week too, really here in the next 48 hours. There's a lot to talk about. This system coming towards the end of the week can be very impactful. It could affect a lot of people along the central and eastern U.S. So we're going to give you a big update on that in this video too, but we're going to get very specific tonight and this evening. So stay tuned for that. So if you guys have not subscribed, definitely consider doing that. Like the video if you like it. Thank you for the amazing continued support as we get a little bit deeper into March. If you guys got anything I can pray about, please put it in the comments below. It gives me an opportunity to pray over them. It gives others an opportunity who viewed this video, an opportunity to pray over them also. And it's a great way to glorify God and look out for one another doing it. So let's check out what's going on today. There's ongoing severe weather kind of going on right now. It's not an outbreak or anything like that, but there's a line of storms associated with a really slow-moving cold front that's been draped across the central to eastern part of the country. They pumped up some severe weather across portions of Arkansas yesterday. Luckily, it wasn't as crazy as what happened in Iowa 2 days ago Saturday. So we're thankful for that, but there was reports of tornadoes and there was reports of some damage. Ongoing right now, you have a slight risk, and this will be anywhere from right now through overnight tonight, but really, it's really the risk of damaging winds. It's going to be the biggest risk for this, but it stretches all the way up to Scranton, Pennsylvania, almost all the way into New York City. This is a pretty large area of slight, but it's mainly because of damaging winds today. But there is a 2% risk of a tornado, and this is really here in the next several hours that could occur. A damaging wind threat is there today also, with a straight line wind gust that will be accompanied with this line of storms. And really, we look at what's going on as far as temperatures today, and I will show you what the HRRR model could look at like over the next several hours as far as this line of storms. But it is going to be a scorcher for March standards for the southeast. I mean, these are temperatures all the way up into Virginia, the Delmarva area, New Jersey. Somebody in New Jersey could reach 80 degrees a day, but it is going to be the mid-80s in Carolinas, a lot of Virginia, a lot of Georgia, almost creeping up to 90 degrees in certain areas in Florida. But behind this cold front, when this cold front moves through, it's going to be much cooler in Texas, the Ohio Valley, especially central and western areas of Ohio Valley. The Midwest is going to be cold, and it's just going to be much cooler for these areas where the cold front has moved through. When you look out west, and we're moving through here in the afternoon hours, it is going to remain decently cool, but it's warmed up a little bit since the last couple days, with the troughing is starting to basically move a little bit more east. So a little bit warmer today. It's going to be much more comfortable in LA, the coastal cities along California, San Francisco. The valleys will be reaching the 50s and 60s. Still pretty chilly up in Seattle, but I mean, that's pretty normal for this time of the year. And then the mountainous areas, obviously higher elevations, are colder. As far as this line of storms today, and stick with me, we're gonna talk about the latest model information on what is going on with the system here in the next few days. Line of storms, and really this is verifying right now, but over the next couple hours, as we're getting to about mid-morning, this line of storms will continue to move through Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and really start to get into maybe areas of North Georgia as we're getting into the early afternoon hours, Eastern Standard Time. But some of these storms could be more intact up here than what maybe the HRRR model is showing. And then as daytime heating occurs, these storms, as we're getting into maybe 4 or 5 p.m., could really begin to re-intensify with the daytime heating, humidity building, and you could have some damaging wind gusts accompanying with this as they move even into Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland. So it could be a stormy afternoon as this kind of pattern change moves through, but the really meat of this pattern change moves through in the next few days. So, and that's what we're going to talk about here. So stick with me. We're going to go over all the model information, and then we're going to round it off and get much more in depth tonight. But what's going on? This is the latest GFS from this morning. This system will move on out the way. It will continue to produce some snow for areas of the Great Lakes. By the way, sorry guys, I kind of missed y'all. But y'all guys will continue to see snow. Chicago, please let me know how much snow y'all are seeing. This was never supposed to be a big event for y'all guys, but it's going to be a snowy day for like Michigan, places like that. But nothing, crazy that y'all can't handle up in that area, just a few inches of snow. This system will move through, be a pretty impactful winter storm for southeast Canada. That moves on through, and then it gets kind of quiet for all of 24 hours. Then another system scoots by with some cold air nearby. It's going to be a very marginal setup, but this could bring areas of the south some showers, maybe some storms. I don't see a big-time severe weather threat with this. This is this coming Wednesday. This is valid for about 48 hours from now. But look at this. You got some really wet snow breaking out across portions of North VA. In fact, you look at the sounding, if it will pull up, and I guess it's not for me. No worries. But this is pretty wet snow for areas of North Virginia, Northern Virginia, areas of Northern West Virginia. The snow's starting to break out in areas of Pennsylvania, Maryland, very close to it being snow in Washington, D.C., for example, and Baltimore. You're right on the line of maybe a rain-snow mix, maybe it being all snow. But we're getting into around the midday, the early afternoon time frame for Wednesday. Remember, the temperatures have been very warm, so the ground temperatures have warmed up. So you're going to need a pretty heavy burst of snow to really start to accumulate in these areas. But this could potentially just be a teaser event to what could potentially happen in certain areas in 2 days from Wednesday, towards the end of the work week. But this is a sleeper event that we have to watch. It could trend a little bit more north. Obviously, it's not going to be favorable for time of the day as far as snow falling in New York City and Boston. This is about 5, 6, 7 p.m. It's the warmest time of the day. And when you start to get to the warmest time of the day, once you start to inch a little closer to mid-March, that definitely starts to become unfavorable, even for areas like New York City, Boston, and southern New England. But watch out for this event. It could definitely drop some snow, especially in the higher elevations. Could be a quick few inches of snow for certain areas. We have to watch how this trends. All models show that system now. I'll give it to the GFS. It really started to pop this off yesterday evening, and now other models are starting to follow suit. Then what we watch is this. Here comes this big-time Arctic front. Northern stream piece of energy associated with this. This begins to drop down cold snow. And what I mean by that is you're going to have snow falling at pretty cold temperatures here in Nebraska, Kansas. And this cold front begins to drop down. Watch this piece of energy. This moves through areas of Iowa and northern Missouri. It gets into areas of Chicago as you're getting into your Thursday, into your overnight Thursday into Friday. You watch that little piece of system, and then you're getting rain showers down here. You got to see how that develops. And then look at this. Cold front dropping down, cold air all the way down to Texas, tight boundary setting up across the Mid-South, Ohio Valley, Mississippi Valley. And you have snow all the way down deep into Texas. Per the latest GFS, not a forecast, but per the latest GFS, snow, we got winter weather showing up, all-out snow showing up for your Friday evening for areas like Dallas, into the entire state of just about Arkansas. Heck, even snow showing up in northwest Louisiana. This low pressure begins to develop, and you basically got two pieces of energy that converge together. And I'll talk a lot more about these two pieces of energy tonight. It's not a simple setup, but it's a lot simpler than it can be. And I'll talk about what I mean a little bit later this evening. But low pressure develops, it cuts. You watch for severe weather down here. Just like with any setup like this where moist air rides up, you got to watch for storms as you're getting into maybe the overnight hours Friday. The timing is not completely there. We're still trying to figure that out. But we freeze the frame here. This is overnight Friday into Saturday morning. And you have an all-out winter storm for the entire central and western part of Tennessee, Kentucky, areas of Ohio. You got snow falling in Mississippi, snow still falling back here in Arkansas and Texas. We go to the next frame. This is for your Saturday morning, and then it switches to all snow for the backside, the western spine of the Appalachian Mountains here. Northern Georgia seeing some snow, North Alabama, Nashville, it's snowing like crazy. All the mountains of North Carolina and the higher elevations of the mountains of Tennessee, snowing, northeast Tennessee, snowing in western Virginia, snowing in West Virginia, snow falling in Pittsburgh, Ohio seeing snow. This isn't a forecast, but this is a robust system. This is going to be impactful. All models are showing it, and people are going to start talking about it a lot probably today into tomorrow. And then you're going to start to see the National Weather Service, your local forecasts, really start to hone in on this, because I think this is going to be a big deal. Low pressure scoots by a boundary here, jet stream shooting up. Low pressure goes through, and it could just be all rain for areas of the Carolinas, up through the coastal areas of Virginia, Delmarva. But then the backside moisture comes through, a really robust setup with a northwest flow sets up in the mountains that might bring even more snow after this system. Low pressure scoots on by. We're getting into Saturday evening at this point, and then it could be backside lake effect snow bands, even for March, shooting off here with squally snow weather, snow squalls for your Sunday morning and things like that. But the details are fuzzy. We'll look at the NAM, and I quickly do want to talk about what's going on with this system. Probably in the next 48 hours, I want to mention the NAM is in range. This looks like a pretty nice hit for the NAM. So we will talk a lot more about this system coming up. So now that we're in these short range models, we really can see what's going to happen with this middle of the event storm. But let's keep rolling about the end of the week storm. So the Euro, what does the Euro show? Well, we're going through here in time. This is the system that's happening right now. We're getting through this. We are watching this next system. You notice here it comes, and then you have snow, even on the European now, breaking out Pennsylvania, northern VA, areas of West Virginia, Maryland, Washington, D.C., very close. I'll get a closer look at this here in a second. You got snow breaking out over southern New England as you get into your Wednesday afternoon and evening, but not a lot. The moisture, you got to see the track of this low pressure. Does it move a little bit more north and give you all more of a robust event here? But then we're getting into Friday morning. Here it is. Snow all flying around here over the Midwest. This could be a cold snow, so the snowfall ratios could be much better for the areas that are in colder temperatures. And then here comes our system dropping down. Even on the Euro, you got winter weather very close to Dallas. You got snow falling. This is for about Friday afternoon. Snow falling in Arkansas. Wintry mix also showing up. A band of probably moderate to heavy snow breaking out over areas of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. Low pressure. This first one scoots by. There has a chance for multiple waves, almost short waves, almost multiple low pressures to scoot by as this boundary continues to sag south. It's kind of slowly. And then a low pressure scoots on through the Mid-South, the Ohio Valley, and then not before bringing a substantial amount of snow for March standards for the Ohio Valley. And then we'll go on and switch and get a little bit closer here because I don't want to be so far away where y'all can barely see it on the screen. But here it comes. Here's that event right here that can bring to several inches, not several, but a few inches of snow. And here comes this next event. Snow falling in Memphis for your late, probably Friday evening in Memphis. Snow falling in the Quad States region. Snow starts to move in, and the rain turns to snow for even areas of Mississippi, northern Alabama. Snow showing up for all of Kentucky, literally all of Kentucky. Almost all of Tennessee, Nashville seeing snow. West Virginia, Ohio seeing snow. This will be a high impact event if it was to occur, and it's looking like some version of it is going to occur. By the time you're waking up Saturday morning, per the Euro, snow falling in the mountains of Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, West Virginia, snow falling in Pittsburgh, snow falling in western New York, and this continues. And it's all rain, it looks like, east of the Appalachian Mountains, as the cold air comes in too late, basically. And this moves on through, and the same thing kind of looks the same as the GFS as far as Sunday. But as far as the GFS with snowfall accumulations, please don't look at this like is this going to happen. It's just what one model shows. But that first event, the first event, as we're getting into late this week, could drop a substantial snow from Nebraska and Kansas and even northern Missouri and southern Iowa. And then here comes the event that really digs, right? Showing a few inches of snow in Dallas, showing a little bit of snow even in Arkansas. It doesn't show a crazy event, but for mid-March standards, this is impressive. Shows 3 to 4 inches of snow in Memphis. Shows snow in northern areas of Mississippi. Northwest Louisiana shows snow. Very impressive, right? We get a little bit further to the west and what we got going on here. Let's go on and just skip ahead. And, I mean, look at this. A swath of several inches, pushing a foot of snow in areas of Ohio, West Virginia, and the higher elevations, even Kentucky. Accumulating snow for Tennessee, the mountains, and an interior big hit here. But we got to see how this is going to unfold, right? You know, we can look at these snowfall accumulations all day, but, you know, nothing's sure, you know. So we look at the previous GFS run. I hate when that happens here. And here we go here in time. Here comes the system with the northern stream, right? Before these two systems really connect. This alone can drop substantial snow for areas of Missouri, Iowa. So we're still watching this snow. This could be a nice hit for areas even into Chicago. And then we're getting with this system that the main system we're talking about for Friday and Saturday. Not as big of an event, obviously, for northern Texas. Not as big of an event for basically areas further south. But it still shows the swath of snow. It's just more north in general, which, we have to watch. How does the GFS and the Euro, when they're fighting each other, not literally, but in the model wars, who ends up winning, right? So we look a little bit further east per the Euro, and let's go on and switch this back to OOZ, and we'll see what this looks like going forward. We'll watch this. This is the system. I'm pointing to the screen like y'all can see my finger. This is the system that's happening right now. That moves on through. Here comes a piece of the northern stream. And look, this is the system that happens for your midweek here in the next 48 hours, showing a nice snowfall event for the spine of West Virginia and Virginia borderline here. Even snow into areas just north of Washington, D.C. So if you're just north of Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, maybe a couple inches of snow. Got to watch for your Wednesday. And then here comes the big system, right? And this is for the big system. So this brings snow still in Tennessee. It's just not as far south as what the GFS is showing. But in general, it shows throughout the next 5 or 6 days, snow for the entire Ohio Valley, interior Northeast, and then you watch for a big snow. I think might be a big snow for areas of the higher elevations, the mountains of Tennessee and North Carolina and even Virginia. So we'll watch that. But going forward here, the GEFS ensembles, pretty strong signal from the GEFS ensembles here. Really is. You got a pretty strong signal all the way into Mississippi and Alabama, especially northern areas of the state. Arkansas, a strong signal. Tennessee, a strong signal. So we'll get much more deep tonight. This video has went a little bit longer than I wanted it to, which they always do. God bless all y'all. Have a great day. Make the day great. And I'll talk to y'all soon.